Welcome to the Chronic Pleasure Podcast. My name is Karen Lorre, and here we talk about pleasure and some of the things that might get in the way of it. So, someone was asking about how do you handle unrequited love? What a lot of people do is they ache and they feel pain and they feel sad, and then they can't feel the love, right? And people can also do other kind of crazy things, which I don't really know that much about because I don't do those crazy things. But unrequited love, what it actually is when somebody that well, what this is how people define it. It's not how I define it. I'll just say how people define it in general is you're loving someone that doesn't love you back. Okay, it's impossible. It's impossible for someone not to love you back. What do I mean by that? Every person has within them a beautiful spirit. And that spirit loves you. Every person's spirit loves you. Every person's spirit loves you. So even when that person that you want to love you thinks that they don't love you or they're not active in your life, their spirit has never stopped loving you and never will. And we're all connected. We're all connected on the inner net, INNER. And in that inner net, there's a connection that is so incredible. But a lot of us have married thoughts that we never should have gone to coffee with. And those thoughts can really occlude our ability to see clearly. And one of the thoughts is that someone else needs to behave in a certain way for us to be happy, or that someone needs to be in our life for us to feel them. Another thought is that someone, if they're really different, can't be in our life. All of these things are thoughts that get in our way, thoughts that we married that we shouldn't have gone to coffee with. So, if you look at people at the level of their spirit, not just at the level of, did she answer your call? Did he call? Whatever it is. But at the level of spirit, you will realize that every spirit, every person is adoring you, treasuring you, respecting you, appreciating you. Unrequited love, in my definition, is when you've made a decision in your own mind, you've got some belief that you married that you shouldn't have gone to coffee with, and that belief is occluding your ability to see that person's spirit and that person loving you. If you're really attuned, if you're in a place of alignment, which is where I live in a place of consistent alignment where I just love everyone. You can literally attune through the internet to all of the love that people have for you, even if they've forgotten it, even if they don't know they love you, even if they think they don't like you at all, even if they think they hate you, they actually, at the level of their spirit, they love you. So this is one of the easiest ways that I've found to bypass the superficial truth of how someone is behaving, someone is acting, someone is feeling, or whether someone is physically there or not, and tap into the deeper truth of who they really are. When you really tap into who someone really is, when you're in that state of alignment, every relationship is infinite. Every relationship is love. Every relationship is caring and kind and beautiful. Nothing can be unrequited. The only thing that can happen is that you or the other person or both of you are out of alignment for a moment. No big deal. If somebody has honestly left you, they've gone and married somebody else or something like that, you can still feel the love they have for you because spirits never die and they never stop loving. And so your spirit and their spirit, no matter how you feel or how they feel, is going to constantly be loving you. This makes it easy for you to feel held, connected, loved. And this practice of recognizing the spirit of others starts to make the world a really beautiful place. And you start to have connection with the customer care person, with the postal person, with the person at the checkout at the grocery store. You just start to have this level of connection because you're so present, because you can feel their spirit. And so then what happens is people can say what they want to say, do what they want to do, be the way they want to be, and it doesn't hurt you. You get this immunity, an immunity from criticism, an immunity from fear, an immunity from losing a relationship because that connection that you have with the person, even people you've never met yet, they love you, you love them. That's why it's so funny. There's so many people who have married belief systems that they never should have gone to coffee with about people that are different or people that are from a different country or a different race or a different sexual orientation or whatever. But at the level of our spirits, there's no difference. There's a specific different energy, maybe. So I can tell if I'm connecting to this person or that person. But there's no difference in the sense that every single one of us, our spirit loves everyone, and everyone's spirit loves us. So if you can imagine right now that all the billions and billions of people on this planet, all the animals, the bugs, the plants, the trees, that they're all shining this love towards you. They're all appreciating you. They're adoring you. Your feeling of unrequited love can't abide in that deeper truth. This is the deeper truth. And if people were to live in this truth, there would be no prejudice. The only prejudice would be like, oh my God, I prejudge everyone to know they're amazing. But there wouldn't be any prejudice and there wouldn't be any loss if you can really practice this. So it's a practice of being in such alignment that you can feel whenever you want any person's love or the love of the entire world flowing towards you. And it's an incredible feeling. And because I live in that place, I have great connections at the grocery store. I have great connections everywhere I go, meaningful connections, beautiful connections, because I'm present, because I feel the love from people, and because I know my spirit loves them. And I just feel like I should go along with what my spirit is doing. So I love them. And it becomes a celebration of life. It becomes a party. It becomes beautiful. So I don't take action if somebody's, let's say they've left my life. I don't usually take too much action towards them, but I still know they love me. So I don't miss them. I don't worry about them. I don't think of them in that way. If it feels good, I'll imagine them in my life. And if it doesn't feel good, I'll just feel the love. I'll feel the love, and it feels almost like light shining from every direction towards me, all in every direction. The sides, the back, the front, the top, the bottom. And it's that love that's just shining out from everyone's spirit, from every animal's spirit, from every bug's spirit, from every tree's spirit and plant and flower, from every sea creature's spirit. And then what happens is dogs see you across the street. They might not even know you, and they'll start pulling their owner towards you. Hummingbirds will let you hold them. Babies will smile when they see you. People will meet you and see that you're beautiful no matter what you look like. It's the most beautiful way to go through the world, where you feel like your spirit loves everyone and everyone else's spirit loves you. It's a really great opportunity. And the way you can practice this, that was a bird trying to get into the house. The way you can practice this is just visualize how everyone is shining their heart full of love, like a light, or however you want to see it, right at you. And that their eyes are shining love and they're smiling at you. And they're all around you, so happy to see you. And imagine that everyone you meet is lovable. Everyone you meet is valuable and important. The world becomes a blessing. The world becomes a place where you belong, where you're at home, everywhere, with everyone. That's how I deal with unrequited love. And it just doesn't feel unrequited. It feels like I'm loved consistently, even though someone might have married someone else or done something that makes me think that they are not a good person for me or something like that. Doesn't matter. I still feel their love and I still feel love for them. I still feel love for everyone. So that is how I would handle unrequited love. I don't even think it exists in the level of our spirit. It's a belief that a lot of people have married that they never should have gone to coffee with. All love is requited from everyone's spirit. You're always loved. You're always loved and you're always loving. You're always lovable. You are always pure love. This is Karen Lorre, and this was Chronic Pleasure Podcast. Again, you can get my books at chronicpleasurepodcast.com. No, that's the Chronic Pleasure Podcast. You can get my books at chronicpleasurebook.com. I got a lot of .coms. Chronicpleasurebook.com. And at chronicpleasurebook.com, you can download any of my books. My contact information is at the back of each book. I love you. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. See you soon.